It's Talent Spot here. I'm back again to bring you another live stream. Wait a second, I've just had. There we go. Well, I'm currently going to be doing all the expansion. First off, I've been doing some logistics now, a bit more. You know how this is going to be a corridor going here, and you could go under stairs and all that. There's enough space for going underwards. I could expand out that way a little bit, and this is a lot of work. This is going to be a lot of work. And once I've got a room there, I'm going to be expanding out this way, literally digging in there and make a tunnel that allows you to see the ship to dock in, so the ship could dock in the back. It is a lot of work, like seriously a lot of work I've got planned, but one way or another I will get it done. So make sure my audio is up, because it's not always up. It's up, so must be turn my audio up then so I can hear the game. There we go. The audio's up, and I think I was gonna get, if I remember, it's construction component. I remember that. So construction component, few metal grids, displays. Nah, I keep that on me just in case. Some computer parts. Should be fine now. So this is whitelist. Anything that is welder, no iron. Iron ingot. Anything else? Don't accept. Jesus Christ, that had already filled up. Seriously? I seriously filled it up. How much did I had in these plate things? How much? For God's sake, this is bloody a ton load in there now. I must have had like a stockpile already for them. Right. Let me make sure there's no. There's a load of that in there. Obviously there's going to be a. Right, I had more. Didn't expect this much, so I really had no intentions that there would be more than I expected. So large cargo container. You know what? Keep the small ones for a bit. So keep the small ones. I'll know how to function with it. And obviously there were going to be something here, and I'll extract out the top if it needed to, if it's going to need to be extracted. And yeah, really, there's a lot of work to do, like a lot. You have no idea what's been planned for. There's been so much planned. When I've got the time to think, I think, and I make sure I think to get everything done. Construction. The one that's getting built currently, I'm going to need to go. This is the conveyor sorter 5. Whitelist only. Nickel ingots. It's gonna be a lot, so much gonna be in there. God's sake, I'm gonna have so much. Literally, I would have no idea what to do afterwards. So, what do I need as well? No, I don't need that. Possibly a few of these. Also, I'll probably need motors as well. Conveyor junction. A lot is going into this. So much. I want to get it done. I really do, but it's going to take some time. Interior plates, construction components. Interior plates and construction components for that. Construction components. Yep, as I guessed, definitely did that. And I was like, I don't think I would need something like that on that. tell this to go to whitelist. So let me find. There was I've got uranium ingots. No, although yes, actually, uranium ingots. Whitelist. Sulfur ingots. Although that's got temporarily a few stuff there. 1 second, is that extracting at all yet? Is this extracting the nickel? I've told it to extract nickel ingots. Conveyor sorters, no. Refinery. It could extract it could extract nickel ingot, but it's not extracting nickel ingot for some odd reason. And this could transfer the stuff. There's going to be a lot of interior plates and construction components going to be needed. And some steel tubing as well, actually. Ferrous. It's extracted iron for when it's not supposed to. Iron. Ah, that's why. I need to tell it to drain all. Drain all. And I think this is commanded to drain all, I believe so. Well, not exactly, but it'll work. Nickel's getting sent in there. Iron, easily fill that up somehow, very quickly. No longer need an iron, that's for sure. Small steel tubing, interesting enough. Is that what I need? Oh, that's what I get. I seem to go through these materials so quickly at times. But at least I've got a constant supply around me. And because I want to whitelist some items. Silver. Platinum ingot. Drain ore if that's platinum. Drain ore if it's what could it be? Iron ore, no. Ice. Hydrogen bottle. Hand drill. Good at gold ingot. This is the logistical part that no one wants to touch. I'm willing to touch because I know that I'm quite good at it. I did do a computer science test. This question 6B was the one about control unit. What was the control unit for? Totally had no idea. Or I should have known, but I didn't. I was dumb as you get. Although at least I've actually answered most of the questions. That's the good thing. As long as I've answered a few, I should be fine in exam, mark-wise. I'll know what to get for those. A few of these. None of those. Maybe a few of these more. Definitely a few of these. What else would need? I don't see anything else. Oh, interior plates. Interior plates is what I would need. Those are the things that do come into lack. So, whitelist. Deuterium ore. Nope. Don't need that. Cobalt ingot. Drain ore. It'll work. I'll tell this to whitelist anything that is. Magnesium. Ain't there supposed to be a magnesium in a minute? Magnesium powder. Drain ore. Construction components. Simple enough. That's the last piping of that row. That seems fairly okay, what you would want to expect. But that's not the complicated part. The complicated part's coming now. The part that no one's going to want to touch. The part that everyone would hate to do. Although I could tell that to just go that way. Well, and tell that to extract to there. I'm going to have to do something with the piping because this is the part that's going to confuse me as well. So if it's what I'm gonna have to make is somehow like a ring that if it's requested, it can be sent, it can be taken. It's the complicated part. No one's gonna want to touch. I don't think even new people want to try touch. It's the part that I'm gonna learn. I know what I was wanting, but it's gonna be but the wanting is the hard part. As so much logistics is going in through. This isn't the curve, right? So I could, in theory, no. Well, yes, actually, no. That won't work. I'd have to somehow tell it to extract and make the roofing. I'd try to fix that as soon as possible. But I could build these of piping here, but I'd fear it. Let me check. Because it's not filled up exactly, so that won't extract right. 166, 177. Yeah, that's my issue. It needs to have like a barrier that stops it from telling it to do that. So, you can use. It should block it. I could get a command that tells only. That allows these blocks to say only that. Only allowed, but. That's the hard part for me. Can't extract anything into there, so I need more of those. A few of these, more of those. Tell the production to stop with that and start with this. I'm just thinking of the logistics wise. I may have to adjust that in the future and just allow it to do certain stuff. Small steel tubing again. I could tell it to not drain ore and it'll still go for it, just in case. That's worked perfectly. That has what I intended to happen. That side is fine. When it comes to this, I'm gonna have to figure a conveyor piping system. construction components. I thought I could try figure out the piping system now, so I could extract it to there, and I could extract that like that. This piping, it's literally thinking on the go. It's not easy work, this piping. You have to understand the logistics, then how to get them to actually want to make them function. Like, I could tell this to accept these when they're ready. I think I'll need to get rid of the metal grids now. I don't think I'll need them now. This is hard to think. Plus, it doesn't help that I've done a load of exams, so that just puts me off even further. Okay. Computers. Motors. Construction components. Construction components and motors. I need to produce more construction components as well. The small steel tubing seems like a lot, but think about the construction components. Motors and construction components is just a demanding thing. Now, so construction components first, and then go for the motors, because Jesus Christ, this thing demands. It can extract, but it can't de-extract. That's a piping system there. That's logistics. I will provide death to them. There are enemies, so space spiders, space pirates, military forces, medieval military. I'm just waiting for one of them to decide more is necessary, or to come after me. But currently I'm just staying back and let them wait. Let them to attack me because my defense is fine. They shoot me, my shield is proving worthy of its state. Really, I've got a very good system. Oh, motors I get needed. And let's put some of these back. I'm trying to get my base sorted before I can think about making ships to attack bases. If I'm not setted, I can't prepare for an attack properly. The attacks wouldn't be worthy enough, in a way. I just wouldn't be able to attack them. My strength wouldn't be able to do anything. I literally won't be able to deal anything to them for attack now. I know, I will plan it. I will plan an attack. If I was to get the help now, I would have got it done. If if I had had the help to get the base up sorted, so I can prepare for making massive ships. That's why I'm doing all this work currently, to prepare for me able to make mass production and start producing ships and AIs, and they'll start shooting for me, and they'll destroy the Empire itself and become the strongest force in existence. It sounded a bit bloodthirsty from me. Not me usually. Usually less like that. But that's what I'm intending to do. Just start strong, attack strong. I don't want to spend hours on end trying to build a ship knowing that I don't have the materials or the resources to actually do it. Plus, it'll take even more time just to prepare for the attack. So, really, this is all worth it when you think about it. Interior plates. Interior plates and motors. Uh-oh. Sneezed. Not a nasty. Well, nearly about to get this done. And here's the truth, guys, and I do want to see this more often. I always will look and reply to your messages. I would like to see that a little lot more often, where you release information that I should know about, like suggestions and for improvements, because I'm always willing to accept suggestions, always. So if you think there could be something improved on the streams, I can simply do so. Such as, this is kind of complex, so I could show this, explain what's happening. Like right now, I'm probably will tell what's happening in a minute. Just get the construction components to finish that off, and so you'll understand what's exactly happening, because not everyone can understand the logistics. So if I can make this basic enough to where you would understand, that's a lot more better for you guys. Okay, now what's currently happening here? Currently now, I'm gonna have to sort some piping out there. But what's currently happening is the refineries are told to refine materials. The materials are ingots or powder. So each one of these are assigned between a certain material. That's iron. There's nickel. I don't remember which one, but they will work. And all down here, the top piping, anything that comes into these storage that I would need. Want a mod that is good for when you start getting. I'm fine. I've got plenty of mods. I've got about 70 mods, you know. Literally, I've got 70 mods. There's no way I need more mods. But when I need the materials, it'll extract up to here. This has got no blacklist or whitelist. It'll just extract. This will send it down here because this is a one-way only. It'll only extract it this way. It will go down here, and there's going to be a piping now. That's going to go down all the way over across to over here. This will then dig downwards and must go back down to the ground. This will then send a bunch of assemblers told to only extract anything except from the actual ore, the ingots itself, and voila! I have got myself a working machine. So I didn't confuse any of you. I made sure it was easy as possible to understand. Oh, gravel sifter. I'm going to actually tell that to anything that goes to gravel, anything like if it's gravel, it's going to be set into a separate inventory. If it's oxygen, if it's ice, it's going to set in a separate inventory. But that's how it's going to work. That's how that's going to work. And if it do need gravel, I can then make a piping system that allows it to be flushed into the main system. So really, I have thought about it. I usually wouldn't think about logistical stuff like this, but I have today. Or actually, I usually do always talk about logistical stuff. Yeah. So anything upstairs, I don't need to worry for now. The only time I would need to worry is if I'm going to send back up and make that as a storage. So really, that's everything else. The storage is going to contain all the building materials, such as interior plates will have their own storage, computer parts will have its own storage, steel plates clearly have its own storage. If I needed metal grids, it'll have its own storage, motors, you'd get the point. Every single building material will have its own storage. Sounds nice, doesn't it? It sounds organised. Once I've got all the materials, I can start building massive ships because I know where each material is. And what I've done planned here is anything beyond this point here, although I need to dig this out now.
Energy low.
I'll have to repair this, but this is like this for now. I need to prepare this for later on. This is going to be the main piping system into this room. So much is going to be happening on currently. So much. I'll have to fill that off a little bit because it's not going to be, the room's not going to be fully pressurized again when it do pressurize it again. No, it may be pressurized. Well, anything that's getting to front of these ships will be there. And I've also been thinking about the future when I've done those projects as well. You know how the base, you know how there's a load of things here? What I'm planning to do is extend a bit further out this way, and it's going to curve. And anything that's going, because I'm going to use like these blocks, I'm going to cut these ones. I'm going to be doing this and keep on doing it to sideways, so the docking will be that way, not here, because this doesn't look very pretty. If it's out sideways, it looks pretty. Although it's going to be a hell of amount of piping, it's worth it. I've thought of everything. I've prepared for all the next stages. That's what I'm intending to do to the base. Sorry, this is and the back. You're probably wondering why I've opened the back wall. Well, that's going to be something for sure. There's going to be that docking thing I told about. So the side, building basing's gravel sifter. I'm going to be making an ejector, so anything that is not anything else. So it'll just say it'll say stone, and it'll just shove out this way. It'll just throw it into the abyss. That's what's going to happen to the gravel. Yeah, I need to continue this piping now. Should stop yaddering on and actually do something. So, assembler. So, modules. There's going to be a speed module and a power module. That's a hell of a lot of things to do. Power efficiency. Construction components. I'm going to need to produce more displays because the assemblers are going to need it. Let me check the settings. A speed module. I've took what I could place the speed module there, actually. I've got a bet. I don't need a reactor. I don't need reactors. This reactor can produce 30 gigawatts. No need for a power supply. 30 gigs is what I've got. No need. I don't need a 210 megawatts. That outnumbers any generator. My main ship itself is currently, the mining ship is using this power supply, as that supply is got some work for it. It's literally got all my ships are practically built to last. That's what I've intended for them all. Oh, hello. Okay, Kibitas, you're back. I don't really like. I hate it when I see people missing out on content, because I do want you guys to see all the content at its best. I don't want to do videos really, because my content will probably come out rubbish, and I don't want that. So what else do I need? I just need to look what else I need. I don't want any of my content coming out rubbish. I want to let you guys see the mistakes, see what I'm doing. That's why I prefer streaming. Plus, I don't have any software for editing for free. So, yes. And here's the truth, and some people probably feel like the same as well, but I don't like listening back to my own voice. I'd rather let it go out there, and then there'd be nothing else. Literally, I want people to hear it as it's what it is. Let people hear it as what it is. That's all I say. Leave it as it is. Let it function as it is. Let it be as it is. Computers. Oh, I can get that done. Large steel tubing. And can put so so that's now those are that's what it's going to practically look like. It's ugly, yes, but it will function as it's supposed to do. Oh yeah, I forgot I needed some interior plates to make these. Idiot me. I'm not an idiot, I'm doing all the logistics really. I just don't function all the time, and I should do. My malfunction itself. Construction components, seems fair enough. I can produce a load of them, that's the good thing. So I'm probably going to reduce that. I'm trying to find a point. First off, I'm going to probably disable the ability where you get filtered out at times, because that does annoy some people. So I'm probably going to turn that off, and I'm also going to tell it to increase the time variation so people can actually talk and actually explain stuff, because sometimes people don't send all their messages in at one go. So I'm going to probably temporarily remove. I'm going to remove that and see how that goes. Computers and steel plates. Computers and steel plates. That's what I need to tell this to produce. Computers. Oh, that's not going to take too long. Don't need really much of those, but I could take those just in case. Maybe a few of these. Maybe definitely a few more of those. These computers are all getting produced, so that assembler is going to be removed. You know that. That assembler is going to have to be removed, and I'm going to need more large steel tubing actually, and more large steel tubing and steel plates. Right, am I running on low on two things then? Well, it's sorted as I needed it. Transfer these over. And I'm going to need to produce more steel plates. Dang! I'm going to need a lot of materials. I am like wanting to get an inventory mod that allows me to get a bigger inventory because, jeez, seriously, seem to never able to fill my inventory. I'm always filling my inventory quicker than I'm intending to do. Actually, jeez Louise, my inventory gets filled so quick and I need all the materials. Yeah. Oh, if you're doing a hard start. Ah, I know what you're talking about, the hard start. Yeah, you need an arc furnace. It's very inefficient, but it can smelt stuff into iron. So it's the main thing that allows you to get a refinery and assembler before you can start doing anything. Sorry to tell you that. Sorry to explain tell you that, but that was what it was. A hard start, you would need that. That's what you would need, a hard start. Production. It is one of those weird things you just look at and you're just like, what the hell is that for? But I know the purpose. I never want to put myself in a hard start because it takes awful long time to get anywhere. Seriously, it takes you like let's just say 3 times as longer than I usually spend on my time. So just imagine that, listening to hours on end, waiting for the game to actually get anywhere in progress wise. There's 6 assemblers. There's six refineries, but I'm going to need more of these. It seems fair enough if I do this. and I may make a pipe that just goes underwards in a minute, like a pipe going here, and it'll just transfer to here to have even more piping. So much piping is going to happen. So much piping. So you think just, no, everyone should be confused by now on what the process is. Everyone should in theory be confused. Because I'm partially confused myself a little bit and what I'm supposed to do. So yeah, it's the part that no one wants to touch because I'm gonna have to touch it to actually understand. I've got to touch the hard part. You guys just got to practically watch me struggle with the hard part. But you're with me the journey, seeing me go for these incredible tasks that people would struggle with every day. So it is a feat of engineering I'm doing. Okay, so I need a few more of those, a few more of these. Steel plates, I'm assuming. Yep. I thought I had like thousands of those, hundreds of thousands of those, but nope. Construction components. Most anything you would need there. So construction components. For these, maybe these. Oh, that's weird. It's very weird. Well, I don't know much to help you there. Currently, I've got to keep my mind focused on this, or I'll lose focus. I will probably forget what my actual task is, as it's not a task for the regular people. Regular people struggle everyday tasks like this. It's complexity. That's what it is. Complexity. Complexity stuff is practically a cakeful. Okay, that's functional to everyone, really. That looks decent, fine, right, guys? It does look decent, what you would want to expect. You guys, I've told you what I've probably said this a few times, but this is what you call yourself a voxel. It's a tiny little thing, innit? It's a tiny little thing, barely noticeable. That's what makes up the game. Well, that does not make sense. That logic. A small chunk becomes a massive rock. That's logic. That's logical. So, interior plates. Actually, I'm going to do some actual calculations. It's 60. I get 60 in these, so 60 times by 6. So I'll need 360 of these. So 120 times by 6. 120 times by 6. 720 of these. I'll need 50 of them, so that's about 300 of these. Let's get this first because I don't have enough inventory space now. I've only just filled my inventory entirely, so I'll need 7 of them. Yep, 7. Seven. Fill me energy up. But I'm nearly finished. Nearly finished with those the hard part. This ever so slightly easier part to understand is telling it to go for the. 1 second. I need to get 6 times 20, so 120 it is. And that's what you need, really. Although I hope nothing else. Oh, motors. $12. So 12. This could extract anything it wanted, but I'd have to be cautious of it. Although, 1 second. I can't access any of those samplers from the outside, so I'd have to access it from when I'm in the main storage. So anyone who, I'm gonna have that issue for a bit. This one's blacklist any ingot, so but it will drain ore, so okay, so let me convey your sorter. You know, I'm gonna go to the second floor and see which ones are those and then name them, because there's just gonna be impossible for me to know which ones are which. So there's about 4 there. 1, 2, 3, 3. Okay. Anything above the number 4 is a sorter. And was this just the last one? 4. Let me check. That's not the 4. That was number 21. Anything beyond 21, I'm up 22. So anything between 4 and 21. So conveyor sorter. Convey sorter. So anything why is that showing? Unknown. Everything 22. Hiding terminal. Thanks. There's a lot of piping to do. There is a lot. I've practically gone through the hard part. I've been thinking. I had to think through my exam whilst I stopped work when I'm not needing to do any more work. And I've been using pens. I like a pocket full of pens. Figure out the logistics. Seriously, that's what I had to do. Get a pocket of pens and figure out the logistics one way or another. If I didn't, I'd be stuck here, scratching my head for about the entire hour of the stream. And I'd probably not even get this far as well, so thank me for the solutions. I'd colorized it all, if you hold shift control and all that. Now, I'm going to let you guys to choose. Do you want me to have do you want me to change the entire base color to one of these for now, or do you want because I need to choose a color for now, but which color do you want me to have for now for the base? I'll let you choose. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7, so the 7, about 7 here. Yes. So between 1 and 17, which colour do you would like me to have the whole base as? 1 to 17. If you want, there's not a colour here you want, tell me what colour I could have. I want to colourize the base for a bit. So I'll let you guys decide the colour of the base. And I could stick with the colour theme as well in the future. I will have it one colour for now, but then change it in the future. So what colour should I have the base at? This goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 1 and 14. Each number is assigned. You know which ones are. That's 7, that'll be 14. That's 13. No, that's 6, that's 13. So either these, so practically either number 1, 8, 7 and 14. Should I have it number 14, number 1, number 8, number 7, number 14? I'll let you decide. I still would like to know what colour should have the base. Number 1. Okay. Base is already number 1. So now the base is the main colour of the brick. That's the initial colour at the start. But in the future I'll be changing that up a little bit. But that's what it is for now. If you want me to preview the whole base in black, I could do that. So I'll probably preview the other colours, just so you know what you're actually looking at. That's a brighter colour of grey. Now this is clearly going to be a dark colour. That's a very dark colour there. And I'll go back to the normal colour if you don't like this, but that's the very black colour. So I'll go back to that and change it back. If there's any of those colours that you thought look very, very nice and you'd rather have, I can change it. Plus, if it's pure black, I could probably use the lighting system to tell me which ones the colour nice. Number 14. So okay, number 14 it is. So number 14 it is. So you like the base when it was number 14. Nice choice then. Nice choice. Well, piping's my job now. This system should be fine. Nothing. They can't extract anything into here except from that. Okay. I'm going to need to get a few of these, maybe a few of those, possibly a few of these, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. None of this because I can't fit anything of. Well, these can extract anything. So anything. This is practically extracting anything I want it to do. So that's number 24, 24, 25. Anything below 25 or 24, I'll take. 26. So anything below 20, anything above 24, I'm fine with. 27, 28, and this is 29. So anything beyond these are the ones I want to have on. Tell these to hide because those are going to be a nuisance. So 24. That's black. So own blacklist ingots. What do you think? Extract all. Drain all. Blacklist ingots. Drain all. blacklist. Ingots, same here. Blacklist ingots. Anything that goes in that storage will be extracted. Number 28's been done. Okay, drain all. Blacklist ingots. Anything that's not an ingot, is extracted, taken out. We don't want anything else in there. So, conveyor piping. So, construction components and motors. Small steel tubing. That is very dark for me, so I'm definitely going to have to adjust the lighting. Definite, because that makes the whole room so much harder to look at. It's a few of these computers just in case. Don't need any of those. A few of these. A few motors. Maybe a few of those just in case. Construction components. Anyone can join if they want to this multiplayer. Still would like to get a bigger audience to come play the. I'd love to get an audience to play the game with me. It does increase the fun in the game when people join. Because I'd love to see what people get up to. What creative minds do they have? Everyone has a creative mind. I'd love to see what they get creative too. Okay, now guys, anything that's extracted from down there is now going up here. This is the part that's going to spend my actual time on. So, large cargo containers. Main components can go into this storage. Well, this is nearly done. Just fill on the roof. I've placed out the most of the containers where they're going to be. One of them's going to be clearly steel plates. I'm going to have to make a programmable block saying you'd have to at least have an assembler. That's the truth. That's the only thing you'd have to at least have. Anything else, you won't have enough materials for the refinery, but they always give you enough materials when you do a hard start for. I'll have to be quiet for a minute. parents telling me to be quiet. I hate it when they come upstairs. It makes it so much worse for me. I'm gonna just draw out Sarah before I start talking again. Parents, wish they weren't in my room. I wish they wasn't. I wish they was just back downstairs. Left me to be. Trying to. This is why I need to get. Once I finish my exams, I need to get my own home. And I could talk as loud as I need to provide the content that you guys want to see. As I am tired of being told, you can't do this, you can only have 2 hours of any on your gadget today. For God's sake, I am restricted for everything. My cousin Jack is allowed to go on his computer, his devices longer than me. So what brings the ferity that I'm not allowed to do stuff the same thing? Most people in these days are glued to the devices. You remove that one person from the device, they'll hate the parent. They'd say you've got worse parents yet, and saying they're awfully strict. That's what my nan needs to stop. She doesn't. Civilization these days, most of people's communication is online. And it does make me question, how does the younger kids enjoy parks anymore these days? I go in the park, I see no fun. I just don't see the fun. I seriously just don't.
Energy low.
I don't need to tell me if energy's low, I know I've got energy low. I'm getting it to as low as possible before I recover. I wish they had a mod where you can have battery packs and you just have longer lifespan in energy wise. Because I think that can be quite annoying. Well, here's the thing. The arc furnace is you can't get the refinery straight away if you do a hard start. But you can get an assembler because it gives you the materials for an assembler. So if you was given a small ship, and literally a small ship, you could, if you was to literally be given a small ship, only enough to make yourself an assembler, that's what you make, and then you also give the arc furnace. Then you need to start mining near dark patches. That's where you start finding the ores. That's how I know where there's an ore on a planet. If you're gonna do a hard start up in space, I wish you good luck from that, because you're going to need to start doing a lot more there. So space is more harder if you do a hard start. I don't really recommend hard start. It's in real life they wouldn't give you a hard start in space. They give what you necessarily need to get yourself set up. I'm not going to fill it in because it's going to take too long for that. Not for now. I probably, if you want guys, I could do one of those days when I'm not streaming, and I could go on the world and finish it up if you want me to do that. Or if you want to stay there and see me build it, you can. I just want to get what's best for you guys, to see, keep your entertainment and like attention span there to watch the stream. You know, I'm going to dig out some area here and put this as the thumbnail, because this is something seriously complex. I am looking in future to intentionally, you know how you see other streamers getting chat appearing up on the side? That's what I'm going to do. but I'm going to need to get my system to work with it, because I tried to do it once, it didn't work. I've got Subnautica, but it's a, let's just say, pirated version. My technician's got it. I think he copied the files and just transferred it that way. That's what he's done. So he's managed to intentionally pirate it for free. Don't want to get into what he does. Far from it. I want to go into my way of technology. Go for the latest gadgets. I don't want to build computers and sell them. It's not good money. It's not. So I'm not going to do that. Although there is jobs that need that. There is people needing to do these jobs, but I don't want to put myself in that position. I want to be able to work away doing this. Nearly finished to get before I can start providing that screenshot and change the thumbnail. Seems decent enough. There we go. And did no one watch the stream yesterday? No. That's that. No. I've changed the thumbnail so it's more relevant and more nicer to look at. I'm trying to show the process as much as what I do, so you can see what I'm always doing, and then you could possibly learn from me, because this is a learning experience for me, and it could be a learning experience for you guys, if you're ever going to do streaming. But I only watch streaming if it's something that I'm interested in looking at. That's why I'm probably not getting all this content. And here's the truth, and I've received some comments from school, and the reason why people don't watch videos like such as mine is because I'm not acting stupid. Would you agree with that, guys? Do you understand? Would you agree with that statement? The only reason why people are not watching me is because I'm not acting stupid. Would you? I want you guys to be the judge of that, because you're probably the better off at doing that. But do you watch me because I'm stupid, or am I clever? Why do you watch some people? Because I am curious on why people do watch YouTube videos. My idea is just because I want to have something to look at, and the person's quite smart and respectful of the game and knows what they're doing. But I need to get know what audience I am really looking to attract, because I don't think the stupid audience. Not going to call any of you stupid, because I can't really judge that really. Some of you may have bad spelling, but that's the same here. I can't even spell some words, so I can't call you stupid for that. But I got some information that I was told that the reason why people don't watch me because I'm not acting stupid in my games, and so I should act stupid. And I'm not sure if you guys want me to see me be something that I am not naturally used to be doing. Seriously, I wouldn't want to. And most people, YouTubers actually are quite sensible, but they act stupid in their videos just so people could be entertained. Would you want me to try do that, or I'm not sure. I'm kind of unsure. I want to gain more people, attract a better audience. I know I've also been told I need to do more video games, but that's a problem with me. Not everyone has a spare buck around, or pounds for me, but no one has spare money lying around, and I don't. I especially doesn't have money lying around, be able to buy new games willy-nilly. The only way I could do that is if I was to somehow get a donation. The only way I could get money in the future is like donations, and donations are not open now. There is supposed to be a link in the description, but I would need to get my parents' permission to somehow send it to my actual bank account, and to get the money sent there. I watch people like Dragast and all that. I've sponsored him now. There we go, Dragast. You should be in my subscriptions for you guys to see. I know he's quite smart. He doesn't act stupid in his games really. He acts as smart as he can, but also lets something loose of himself just to be able to enjoy the game. And I let myself something loose in this game to enjoy about. I'm trying to follow the steps of trying to be the smart but respectable person in the game. Knows what they're doing. Not exactly here all the time, but I learnt it very quick. I'm a quick learner really. Anything that's to do like a technique, like a game, I learn it quick. Learn quick or don't. And yeah, that's really much I can say about these games. I'm gonna need to fill my oxygen actually. Looking at my oxygen, it's low. Should have been warned about that actually. They should have a notification for that, not power, because power is the least my concern. How much power is this being extracted? 1 megawatt. Far from a gigawatt. Well, you know, I also hate about parents. They force you to do something you don't want to do, such as shave your moustache off. Yes, I will pressurise it. I will pressurise this building. I will pressurise it again. It was pressurised at one time, but then I depressurised it. And why the hell? Did I seriously take a lot of oxygen all at once? Seriously, that's a lot. The assemblers down there are practically fine now. I'm probably going to expand out backwards a little bit so I can get more room for storage. And once the base is done, I'm going to structurize it properly. So I'm going to fill it up with oxygen, and I'm also going to start trying to fill the base up properly with what it needs to be. Fill it what it needs. Try put some deck details. The next project, build a ship. That's a project for sure. That probably some people would want me to try build, and I will do it. I will do it. I'm serious. I am serious. I will do it. Smell still chewing. I'm definitely going to need to get more interior plates produced. Display. Metal grids and interior plates. So I'm going to need to get more of materials wise. this is going to be annoying for me. Purely annoying for me. So, okay, metal grid will get them, but I'll need more interior plates. I should tell them to assemble stuff in a minute, because I know I could do that now. Get displays as well, actually. Yep, I'm going to tell them to do stuff now. Have them in a temporary small storage, just like this one. So. Oh no, I'll leave it for now. Just try get these done. Metal grids. It's displays really. Don't have any displays being produced, so it makes it so much weirder for me. Assembler. Tell this to continuously, or possibly yes, and keep on assembling if I can find it again. If let me try and get my mind gear, remember what it is again. It's displays, so okay. I can't extract anything like that. So if I was, it can only extract ore. So anything that's an ingot, so silicon. I believe so. I need to tell that to extract because that's just annoying. So this is extracting. That's uranium. What? Let me check. That's nickel. That's uranium, right? So let me check. Let me check that is correct. What? 1 second. That should be fine. Oh, I'm gonna have to put that in a cargo container in here. And tell this one to separate it into silicon itself. Drain all uranium. Oh, that's got nothing. So it is going somewhere. It's these ones I need to look at. Iron. And this is one's going to be harder to try preview, but that is silver. This one is platinum, gold, cobalt, magnesium. What's the silicon then? Silicon. It's supposed to be silicon wafer. Like, seriously? Seriously? That's what it is? So... that's... interesting. It's not been... I've not made a silicon, haven't I? I've not made silicon. No one's... wow. Even my good skills don't even recognise. So I'm gonna have to... ah, luckily that's not getting closer. See? It's going past me. Piping goes here. So it'll be cargo, small cargo. It's interesting enough. That's so. Don't actually keep on using these to assemble, because these are what I need. So into construction components, not grids, construction components. And that is okay now. Silicon wafer. Construction components, and I'll need one display. And I can do that. I can place that back in again. And I'll just use those to assemble those up again. I made big mistakes, but mistakes are made when you're learning. Five of them. Well, at least I've learnt from my mistakes, haven't I? So 5, place these in there. There we go, that's those containers. I think I should be fine now for displays. So, okay, now display, oh, LED, LCD, yep, LCD, LCD panel, as expected, construction, so I'll be fine with that. Interior plates, I'll check if I get any more in there. Yep, more interior plates, perfect. This is good. I'm now going to name them. So this one's going to be named that, this. I'll need bulletproof glass, but I'm fine with that. Oh, hydrogen. Bulletproof glass, hydrogen. Well, I've made progress. I think I could get this done at this entire stream. Room expansions. Clearly, I'm not going to get that done for a bit. So, name this one steel plates. Title. And I'm going to make that size font very big. Construction components, that should be spot. Components. So display. No, I'll keep it as debug. Display. Computer. Okay, I'll need to think of what else I'll be needing. 8 motors. Motors. Small steel tubing. Oh. Oh, tube. Small steel tube. Seems legit enough, done it, guys. Obviously, there's going to be something to do with the pipe in there, but there should be no issues currently. This is the hard part. This is the confusing part. The part is confused. This is quite complicated itself. This is the silicon wafer. I don't even know which one's coming now. These are the ones. I just know that they're there. It's the truth. I only know they're just there. Structure components. And you know what? Because I don't want to have this coming across the side. I'm going to use this on top. Sounds fair, doesn't it? Just use the top instead, save some more space. I'm going to be able to access it if I needed to. This can never be damaged because of my shield. It's the truth. It literally can't be damaged. No matter how much I want to no matter how many wants to put a drill against my base or a grinder, they won't be able to. Yes, I can, but anyone else shouldn't be able to because of the shield itself. No one can grind, shouldn't be able to. The only way they won't be able to salvage any of the base. But the truth, they shouldn't be able to salvage the base. It would struggle forever. They'd never be able to get the base. They'd have to destroy the shield, and the shield is going to be moved. The shield is going to be moved into the back of the base in the future. So it'll make it really hard for anyone to attack. Literally, they'd have to somehow get through all my main defenses to somehow disable all the power, but they'll be impossible because of the power supply inside. Go right through into the middle, go through base, find the shield, shoot it to death if they can, and then, well, there we go. What, they can? Oh, don't worry. I can have turrets, many of them. I'll have to destroy it. I'll have to make a load of guns then. Add the shield at the very back so that if they do find it, they'll be struggling forever. That's quite sad. That would have worked out very well for me. If you couldn't grind through shields, it would make the base impossible to beat. Seriously, that's the literal truth. It would make the base impossible to be raided, unless the base was poorly designed. And no one usually makes poorly designed bases. I don't. I go big or go home. The go big or go home statement always does it. I always do go big or go home. At least I'm getting plenty of the construction components. That's going to be disassembled soon, very soon. So probably if I'm not going to do it now, but I will get it done. Okay, nearly done. Just put the pipe in. Get the piping done. Finish off these. Just build these up. Get the conveyor sorters told to do what to do. And voila, we've got a base that actually functions, so I can then start telling them, assemble this, assemble that. And the storages will be fine. It'll extract properly. Iron, obviously, I'm going to have to tell it to extract, because from far God, there's so much iron. I'll never need iron. The amount I've got. Nickel, I'll probably, one way or another, that's going to get filled up soon. So really, there's so much getting done in my base. And now I'll start assembling these. Shouldn't take too long now. Okay, now once this is nearly done, just go put some pipe in there. These, a few of those. No large steel tubing, I look like. And a buttload of those then. Get these done first, because these are the ones that are going to cause me those pains. So that can only whitelist small steel tubing. So whitelist small steel tubing. This one is motors, so whitelist motors. Small steel tubing. But I could build these rest of the pipes now, actually. Just build the rest of the pipes. Yeah, there's a load of things needing to be done. Loads. That one's interior plates. Interior plate should be near the eyes in section, so interior plate, white list. Ones, computers. Construction components. They're nearly done now. The piping system is literally nearly done. So much hard work and time has been spent on this, and how is finally being done. So this is the construction components. Construction components. Steel plates.
Energy low.
Construction components and steel plates. So, don't tell them to produce that. Tell them to produce this. Nearly done. Nearly done. Happy. I am I'm very happy what's happening. So anything I tell them now to produce is going to be produced and sent into the main storage. As supposed to. There you go. It's working. Those piping system will extract. So construction components. There. That's all the logistics, guys. That's all of it. That's all the logistics. The hard part is gone. That is all the hard part. That is something impressive to all do. And you've got to give some credits and likes to say that is impressive itself. You've got to admit that is a like to see what I've managed to achieve. Seriously, that is highly complicated. The this one is going to not be complicated now. It's going to have a sorter that is going to tell any stone just eject. We'll have to put the roofing on. I will also add another one of these. I will also need to add another one for the, if I can remember, I think it's like metal grids, but that's not hard. Metal grids, and then have a separate another storage for any others, like those satellite pieces or the solar panel cells if I ever need that. So I'd have something. I'll have another storage container, like having these put in there, random ones. I may add more storage. I'll let you guys decide about that. I may add one for bulletproof glass because I'll probably need a lot of those, and then may need for some steel tubing. But that's all the main components I'm using all the time. So much work, paid off, happy. Now, I'm going to have to make a normal conveyor that tells it if it's not an ingot, it will be allowed to send up there. That's the door part, but that's not harsh, innit? I'll have another pipe telling it if it's not a normal, if it's a normal component, you can do that. Oh yeah, message has been sent. Well, he's not been. It's a message. I'm in this group and he's messaging saying I did say 7 to 9. Oh, I've got to go. I'm gonna have to stop the stream now, guys. I can't stay there forever. If you wanted to talk to me, you could have, but now I've got to get going. I've made most progress. More progress can be made tomorrow. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna rename the title. I'll end the stream now, guys, but I'll rename the title and everyone should know. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Please leave a like. I do ask for this because that is something I've been thinking on for a long time. Oh, my head hurts from it, but it's working. It's worked, and that's the complicated part. Well, see you guys. I'll do a stream tomorrow. I hope we can get Black Cat on, or Cat. Let's say that name. And yeah, that's as much as fun as you get. Well, bye.